Hi, this is Andres Aya with Aya Percussion, going over the Marimba Etude Set A for North Zone Region 17 Middle School Region Band. In class, we're probably going to go over how to approach learning a new piece of music, whether it be snare drum or keyboard or whatever you get assigned in band. But I think keyboard is super important to really hone in on these steps, especially the first 4 steps or so. Now, number 1, whether you're on snare or keyboard, rhythm is always your first priority. Okay, so we're going to use the metronome. This is actually a very slow tempo at the beginning, so we're going to stick at 48 right now for this tutorial, even though that's in the tempo range. But we're going to kind of do some things differently at the beginning here before we add our rolls. But rhythm's going to be very important. So every time we go through each measure, we're going to go through the rhythm and maybe ways to set up your rhythm to be more correct. The next thing is key signature. Now we're in the key of B flat. We have 2 flats, B flat and E flat. So let's go over the B flat scale real quick. So we have B flat and E flat, okay? So let's just do 2 octaves. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so we have to know that shape that we're in. Pretty much the whole piece is going to stay in that. Every now and then we're going to add some A flats. So make sure you really master that scale first. We're not going to do it again. If you need to do it again, go repeat it. Now let's do this with an A flat put in there, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so be ready to add those A flats when we need to, okay? Now, the next thing is, the third thing is range. Okay, so our lowest note, if you're looking through this, actually pause this for a second and try to figure it out on your own. What's your lowest note and your highest note? Okay, so again, to go over the keyboard layout here, usually when you're on a 4 1/3, your lowest note is A, okay? And so you have a C down here, A, B, C. That is not middle C. Middle C is the next C, an octave above, okay? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's middle C. And that's usually your best reference when you're trying to figure out if you're playing in the correct octave. So for example, middle C is the leisure line below the treble clef. So our first note is going to be the F above that, okay? So that's where we're starting the piece. But let's talk about the range of the piece for a second. Your lowest note is just 1 note lower than that middle C. Okay, it's going to be B flat down here. Okay, so let's put our left hand on that B flat. You might be at school right now sharing a keyboard, so you might cross over your left and right hands when you're doing this, but you need to make sure that when you get on the keyboard by yourself, you understand where this is. C, C, B flat is your lowest note. Okay, our highest note is B flat. So you need to set your body and your music. I'm not centering my music right now because I have a camera right above center here. So again, here's my range. Now let's put the metronome on 48. I'm going to throw the 8th note on. So this is your lowest tempo range for this piece. And what I like to do is I like to go up in thirds, because you have a lot of thirds in this piece, you have a lot of triads in this piece, or you might call them major chords. But let's go over the thirds for a second. So if we have both hands on B flat, that's a unison. If we go in the major scale, that's a major second. Now we want to do a major third. So it's B flat to D, so we're skipping a note in between, okay? So set that up. Okay, if we go forward in that, our left hand moves up to C, right hand moves up to E flat if we're staying in this key. And so on, D, F, E flat, G, F, A, G, B flat, A, C, and then we're here at B flat and D. Now we can keep going to C and E flat, and then your top note is F, okay? So I'd like to work on timing and rhythm, your range, and also build the confidence on thirds right now. I want to do 2 8th notes per third. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Let's also, even though we're playing nice and low, we're still going to use piston stroke, okay? We're still going to use piston stroke and really try to get some pop in our mallet, okay? All right, here we go. 1, 2, let's count, and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and stop. Do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 let's do that with triplets. Okay, let's feel what triplets will be like. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, go. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, go. Now, of course, we could do this with quarters, but that's going to be very slow. So that's pretty simple with the beat. So I'm not going to do that with you, super easy, but I like to go through the progression for a second. Let's do quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets. Quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, okay? So we can really work on our note value. So that'll go something like this. 1, 2, and triplet. 1, 2, and triplet. 1, 2, and triplet. 1. So we can really practice this note value exchange. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, duple, triplet. 1, duple, triplet. 1, duple, triplet. 1. Again, we're kind of focusing on rhythm a little bit. We know the key signature, we know the range. Now we're going to kind of get into the music now. Now, although I'm going to go through this very thoroughly, this is not so you can learn this by rote and just memorize everything. That is not smart. You're going to need to correlate everything I'm saying to the music. Your music is right in front of you, okay, on a stand, and you need to be looking at every note that I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. Do not memorize. It's not going to solve any problems. It might take a little slower. You might need to pause it or rewind it or put it on loop, but you got to use your music. Okay, so at the beginning here, we have F. Again, that's above middle C. F in the left hand, right hand is A. What is that? That's thirds, right? And we have them in eighth notes, so it's going to be duple. 1 and, right? Now, I know we have some rolls coming up in beat 2 and 3, but I don't want to do rolls right now. I just want to hit the quarter notes. So it'll be something like this. Eighth note, quarter, quarter, 1. And we're going to end with our B flat on our right hand. Let's just do the first measure. 1, 2, set up your thirds. Forte, ready, go. Duple, quarter, quarter, B flat. Now that B flat's an accent. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, now let's mix it up. Instead of a roll, let's do triplets to make sure we're starting to think about the triplets that are going to come up in measure 2. Ready, go. Apple, triplet, triplet, right hand alone. Ready, go. Duple, triplet, triplet. Ready, go. Apple, triplet, triplet. Let's put the rolls in, okay? Let's talk about rolls for a second. So when we're rolling, we need to have a little bit of looseness in the back. It's mostly from the wrist, but it's relaxed. We're letting that stick move in the back of our hands. You can't be squeezing so hard here. So make sure there's a little bit of play in the back of your hand. The stick should jiggle between your fingers and the palm, okay? All right, it should be nice and loose, letting the weights transfer. Okay, when you roll here, you need to pay attention if it is tied or it's not, okay? If it's not tied, it's going to have a little bit of separation, kind of like in the timpani rolls that we went over. So make sure in these rolls, as you roll, there's going to be reattacks on each beat. Unless your private lesson teacher or even myself, if I change my tune, we might decide to do that differently. But this is how it's written. There's no ties. Also, when you're doing rolls, you don't want to sound like... You don't want it to be rhythmical. So you want to have a little bit of roll speed variation. Maybe start a little faster. And then you kind of slow down. So we'll work on that in class. I mean, you'll see the example of me doing it in this video and hopefully absorb that, but we want to make sure your rolls don't sound like rhythms. We'll get more of those details in class. In general, when you're rolling a little bit higher on the register, you want to roll faster, and when you're rolling lower on the register, you're going to roll a little slower, but there are exceptions to that rule, okay? So let's try this with rolls. 2, ready, go. 2, again, and go. Last time, ready, go. So again, we are mentally prepared for this triplet coming up. Now we have our first kind of configuration of a major chord. Now you've done arpeggios probably in some fashion. Now all an arpeggio is, if we're talking about the B flat arpeggio, it's the first, the third, the fifth, and the first again, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is 1 again, okay? Now that arpeggio is in root position where B flat's on the bottom. If you're looking at measure 2, we have B flat and then F and then high D. So that's an arpeggio too, but it's in a different order. You have F, B flat, D. Over here you have B flat, D, F. We might get into the music theory in class, but if you're thinking about all three of these notes happening at the same time, that would be a major chord in second position with the F on the bottom. Now, we're not going to worry about that too much right now. We have right, left, right. Thinking about this like an arpeggio, triplet. Then we have the top of the arpeggio. And we have our D, F, and a third. Again, we've been working on thirds. So let's just try to work on that for a second. 1, 2, ready, go. Triplet, 2, ready, go. 2, ready, go. 2, ready, go. Last time, ready, go. Now beat 2 and beat 3 of measure 2 are a little weird because you have rolls and some hands are moving, some hands are staying. So let's kind of learn this without the rolls. So we have D and F to start, and then our right hand moves to E flat at the same time that D is still rolling. Then our left hand moves to C, so we have C and E flat, and then our left hand moves again to B flat. Okay, so let's try to get this in order. So we have D and F, D and E flat, C and E flat, B flat and E flat. Okay, so let's get that in time with 8 notes. 1, 2, ready, go. So you kind of think about moving your right, and then the rest moves in your left. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and get a little softer. Now that you have that idea, let's go ahead and finish it on the A and C. Now that's a third, again, that we finish on, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Third. Make sure you're looking at your music, guys. All right, now let's try it with the rolls. We're getting softer, so I would roll fast. And that dissonance between the D and E flat, we really want to lean into that. So speed up into that E flat. And then as we release that tension, we can slow down. So if I were to play this on one note, you would hear. You hear that? Okay, it's more musical. 1, 2, ready, go. Again, and go. Last time. Ready, go. All right, so now we're on this AC on measure 3. Yes, we have rolls, but again, we're going to break it down. We have A and C to start. Now our right hand stays, and then our left hand goes down to F. So that is an F arpeggio. The 1 would be up here. If we're thinking about the F scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we don't really play the 8. Okay, so that's something you can be thinking about here. You got your A, C, move to the root of the chord. Look at what we have on beat 3. We move to an E flat in our right hand as we crescendo. So our softest moment is when we're hitting that F as we get to the root. And then there's kind of a shift as we move to that E flat to get a little more energy. So speed up your roll bass as you get into that E flat. And then we release on that D for the next measure. Okay, so let's learn this about the rolls. Ready? Go. again, and go. 2, ready, go. 2, ready, go. Okay, now add the rolls. So we're going to let it get slow, slowest, speed it up. And again, you can't connect that roll to the D on measure 4 because it's not tied. Ready, 2, ready, go. 2, ready, go. Ready, go. Okay, now we only get to mezzo forte there at the end there. All right, so then we get to measure 4. Now I've decided to do a double right on the 60 notes, and again at this tempo, we know 8th notes are here. Okay, so 60 notes will be here. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, nothing too bad. Okay, I'm going to start with the double right since they're right next to each other, and I need to get to my left hand on the next part. And my left hand could be waiting on this A while I do that double. And then look at the music, I just have stepwise motion. Stepwise motion, okay? Always hit in the center, okay? As I get softer as I descend down. Okay, yes, I have rolls coming up that just go up again a third, just like the beginning. Right? And then we just finish on G with a slower roll. Okay? So let me just hear the first beat of measure 4. Ready, go. Okay, now let me hear this roll. Now we are stacking for the first time, which means you have to put one hand on top or one hand on the bottom. I'm choosing left hand on the bottom. When you are stacking, make sure your stack is tight. Don't have it super separated. And then don't have your mallet on the string. Okay, make sure it's surrounding that resonator. Okay. Now as I'm stacking, I'm going to lead with my right hand when I'm going to the right, and then lead with my left hand when I'm going to the left. Okay. Now these are not tied, but we're dealing with 8th notes, so it's going to be fairly close. Okay, and then we're going to dissipate there and slow down our roll bass. All right, here we go. All measure 4. 1, 2, ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Okay, all of line 1, 4 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. One, two, again, and go. Last time, ready, go. Okay, line 2, measure 5. We have a similar start to measure 1. We have our third and our F and A, but we're at piano now. All right, and so it's kind of like an echo of the beginning. And then we jump up to our A and C. That kind of finishes our arpeggio, just like the beginning. But instead of going down stepwise motion in thirds, we go up. Okay, so we have F, A, C, and then we go up. Okay, now these are, again, separated. Let's do this in time. We still release on the B flat, so we're going to have to replace our left hand with our right hand on that B flat release. Okay, just give it a look real quick. Ready, go. again, there's an accent on that B flat. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, pretty simple there. Now again, we go from these rolls to the triplets, so make sure during the rolls you're already starting to think triplet, triplet, boom. And that way you're ready for your triplet. Okay, so let's look at measure 6. We have an accent on the B flat, and again we drop down to the F, just like in measure 2, but instead of jumping to high D, we're just coming over to this G. Now I decided to do a double left, since my left hand is right next to the G on that F, and then my left hand can stay on that G, and my right hand can stay on the B flat for the roll, okay? So we have triplet, boom, okay? So let's go and do this without the roll and just hit a double stop. Triplet, triplet, accent, not accented. Right, left, left. Okay, great. Now, similar to the eighth notes that we had in measure 2, during these rolls, we kind of have our right hand moving up as our left hand stays on G. Now it's just moving up stepwise motion, so let's do this without rolls. Ready, go. 2 and 3. And we're going to start crescendoing as we have natural phrasing going up the keyboard. 1, 2, ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. And we're going to end on AC just like we ended on AC in measure 3, but this is the part that crescendos up to AC, not descends into AC. Okay, so let's do this with a triplet. Ready, go. Triplet, 2, ready, go. Triplet, 2, ready, go. Now let's do it with rolls. Now these rolls are crescendoing, so what are we going to do? Slow down or speed up the roll speed? Speed up, okay? Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. So there's a slight reattack when you get to that forte on A and C. Ready, go. Ready, go. Now we got into forte, and we're going to decrescendo on a mezzo forte, so our roll speeds are probably going to slow down here. We have, again, let's learn this without the rolls. We have AC, and then our left hand goes to F, similar to measure 3, but now it's happening in eighth notes. 1 and then we're going to resolve it on G and B flat. 1 and 2. Ready, go. 1 and 2. Ready, go. 1 and 2. Ready, go. 1 and 2. Last time, go. Okay, then we're going to go back to our F and A like we started the piece and just go up in thirds. Super easy. 3 and 4. We started the day with thirds to get comfortable with that. Okay, so all of measure 7 without rolls. Ready and go. In. It starts crescendoing, but only a little bit so far. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Now with rolls. Now again, as you get softer, roll slower. As you start to intensify, get the speed up. Ready, go. Ready, go. Reattack. Ready, go. Reattack. Ready, last time. Okay, And then we're going to finish measure 8. Pretty simple here. We have our AC, our A stays in our left hand. We just go up stepwise motion. Again without rolls. And we're getting louder. And then we end with a quarter note B flat resolution, okay? So both move in a half step and kind of switch places. Okay, up the scale, third to finish, B flat third. Now we do that with rolls. Your rolls are going to get faster as you go. Then when you resolve, I would like to release that tension and have a little bit of a slow roll, okay? And then you're going to fade it. It's a fermata, so we're going to hold it more than one beat, okay? And then, you know, we're learning this with a metronome. Eventually, we're going to learn how to stretch and pull this to be a little bit more musical. So you might even hear me slowing down a little bit, even with the metronome. Let's try that measure again. 1, 2, ready, go. One, two, ready, go. Ready, go. And you heard me reattack clearly at the end there, okay? All right, all of line 2, measure 5. 1, 2, ready, go. One, two, ready, go. Okay, line 3 to the end, measure 9 to the end. We're done with our intro. Okay, now we're really displaying our technique in these faster passages. We're going to go nice and slow here to really learn it correctly and have the right mindset and talk about stickings. But eventually this is going to be 96. So eventually it's going to be 1 E into 2 E into 3 E into 4 E. Okay, we're going to go nice and slow for right now. Let's go ahead and stick at this 48 and just put the 16th notes on, okay? So we're starting with thirds here, nice and soft at piano on our B flat and D. Now when you're looking through this and you're like, oh my God, how do I learn this? Start to find patterns or little things that can help you learn this more efficiently. Now I'm looking at this, my left hand stays on B flat. So I'm just gonna focus on that right hand. Well, what's my right hand doing? It starts on D, then it goes to E flat, then F. So that was stepwise motion. Let's do that. Super easy. And then it jumps to this A flat. Now this is the first time we have A flat, so maybe that helps you remember it. Okay, usually we have F A natural. This is the first time we have F A flat, okay? So get comfortable with your right hand. We'll just do your left hand with it. Double stops. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Now we have a crescendo. Ready, go. About halfway through your crescendo right there. Now once you're comfortable with that, let's go ahead and split it up. Okay, 1, 2, nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, last time and go. Okay, now looking at measure 10, now our left hand moves to C and our right hand just stays on that A flat. So earlier our left hand just stayed here and then we moved our right. Now we're keeping our right hand on A flat and we're moving our left. So let's focus on the left. What's the left doing? C, D, E flat, F. So that's stepwise motion all the way to F. Earlier our right hand had stepwise motion from D to F. This goes from C to F. Not that bad. So let's do our left hand. Ready, go. C, D, E flat, F. Ready, go. Look at your music. Ready, go. Remember, if you ever get to a point here where you're like, you don't know where we are in the music, stop and make sure you're identifying which note we're talking about where. Okay, you've got to read. Okay, so let's do that with double stops. We have our right hand on A flat staying there, and stepwise motion in our left from C. Ready, go. Crescendo. Now we end with that left hand on G, so at the end, just keep your left hand going up to G. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, ready, go. 2, ready, go. Okay, let's split it up, 60 notes. Left hand first and ready, go. 2, ready, go. Ready, go. Okay, let's try measure 9 and 10 together with double stops. 1, 2, ready, go. Left hand by itself. Ready, go. A flat. Left hand moves. G by itself. Ready, go. Now split it. Ready, go. Two, ready, go. Last time, ready, go. All right, getting into measure 11. We have our left hand on our G, and then we have a B flat, A flat descending. Okay, I'm choosing to do a double right. That way I can keep my left hand on that G, and they're right next to each other. Ready, go. Dead center, please. Ready, go. Last time, go. Okay, and then we have on the second half, we have E flat, middle C, and then we're going up the scale. E flat, C, up the, and we're going to resolve on that A flat on measure 12. So we have a kind of a weird jump of a fourth there to the E flat and the A flat. So we have E flat, and then we have a third. We recognize those thirds, then stepwise motion, and then resolve on that A flat. So another way you can think about it is you stop after you have these top two notes, okay? Top two notes. Third, scale, and then top two notes. Okay, so let's do this measure 11 all together. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, ready, go. Ready, go. This is all forte. Okay, so let's do all of line 3, 9, 10, and 11. 1, 2, ready, go. Two, ready, again. Last time. Okay, if you still can't do that, go slow it down, pause it, work on it, go back in the lesson, and wherever you're having trouble, if you're in ensemble block, you can highlight it and put it on repeat and put it nice and slow. Okay, line 4, measure 12, 13, and 14. We are starting with our A flat F third. So again, the piece started with F and A natural third. We have this A flat F third now. As I'm looking through here, again, I'm looking for patterns, okay? What is my right hand doing? A flat, then B flat, then A flat, then F. Okay, nothing special there. Okay, so let's see what our left hand's doing. Our left hand's going F, D, B flat, D. What is that? That's our B flat arpeggio. Without the B flat on top. So as I'm thinking through these, my right hand goes, and my left hand goes. Which hand are you really going to have to look at? Probably your left, because it's covering the most spatial awareness. Okay, so get to the point, and you'll learn the skill when you get to 4 mallet etudes. You got to learn which hand you don't need to look at. I don't need to look at my right, so I'm going to get my right hand in my muscle memory where I don't even have to look at it. Ready, go. I'm not looking. Ready, go. A flat, B flat, A flat, F. Ready, go. Get this in your muscles. Okay, so I'm not even going to look at my right hand. I'm going to focus on in my left hand. Easier said than done. Now, let's actually take that as a double stop. So let's start with our F and A at the same time. I know I'm going to D, and my right hand just goes over. And then I'm going to come back to the A flat when my left hand goes to B flat. Let's just get that far. So your right hand's going back and forth. So you don't need to look at that back and forth. That's easy. Dun, dun, dun. So focus on your left. Arpeggio, F, D, B flat. If you can't do this, don't move on until you got this. Now I know that the next part is F, D. Now I bring my right hand down to F, and my left hand follows back up to the arpeggio to D. Now that F is a part of the arpeggio, so I can just think of that as completing the arpeggio. Finish the arpeggio in thirds. Again, thirds is what we focused on to begin this whole day, okay? Thirds here, okay? So let's take it nice and slow. Ready, go. Ready, go. Okay, so let's start at forte and then get it soft to mezzo piano. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Okay, all right, that's measure 12. All right, when we get to measure 13, let's see what's going on here. We have E flat, C, E flat, G, C, G, C, E flat. Okay, so all that is the C minor arpeggio. So if you think about the C major, it's C, E, G, C. Okay, now we're just replacing that third from C to E flat, because that's in the key. So we're dropping this third a half step. So C, E flat, G, C. Okay, those are basically the notes that we're thinking about here. Now we start with our right hand on E flat and then our left hand on C on a third. And we hit the right again, okay? Then we go up and finish it, G, C, and then we hit the G again. So we kept this idea of right, left, left, right, left. So we go right, left hand goes up, right, left, okay? Usually you would end the arpeggio on G, but this is going to go to F at 14. So you just can remember on the downbeat of 14, go to F. Okay, with the metronome. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Crescendo to fortissimo for mezzo piano. 2, ready, go. 2, last time, go. All right, so measure 14 is actually working in fourths. Now I know we worked on thirds for a while. Okay, but now we're going to do fourths. So we have C and F to start, and then we have E flat and B flat, then D and A flat, and then C and G. So let's just get used to that, okay? So let's just do this and double stop 60 notes. So we'll go 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, ready, go. Last time, ready, go. Stepwise motion down. Okay, now split it up. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, all fortissimo. 1, 2, ready, go. Pretty straightforward there. Now we resolve on B flat, but it's going to be soft. So I want you to put 2 arrows down on that CG in your music and downstroke, and then enter softly. Practice that. Downstroke, soft. Now sometimes when you're playing soft, you actually do want to play on the edge so that you're not reaching and accidentally hitting harder. So the secondary position might be good here, okay? So the secondary position is right on the edge of the edge, right on the corner of the bar. So play that measure with the metronome, and then we're going to hear a soft B flat to release. 2, ready, go. 2, ready, go. Soft, ready, go. All right, all of line 4, measure 12. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, ready, go. Decrescendo. Last time. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, last line, measure 15. We have that subito piano, so we're on the edge here. So we're going to go B flat, G, and that's a third. Okay, then we're going to do stepwise motion. You had a similar sequence on beat 2 of measure 11 when you did the E flat C, up the scale, and then jumped up to A flat. Now you have this B flat, G, A flat, B flat, and then jump up to D. So third up the scale, skip to D, and that's just a third, which we've been working on thirds this whole time. Subito piano, a little crescendo, not too much yet. You could try this on the edge also if that helps. You stay softer depending on your marimba. Okay, now from there we're going to go D, B flat. Our left hand's already on B flat, and then we're going up the scale again. So kind of a sequence, but it does finish stepwise motion to E flat. So third, then up the scale. Third, then up the scale. So we start from measure 15, we go third, down, up, the, then we're going to jump, then third, up the scale. So kind of similar sequence there. 2, don't grow too much. Last time, ready, go. Okay, 16, after that E flat, we're jumping back down to the G, and it's kind of the same thing. It's the same notes that we played at the beginning of 15, B flat, G, A flat, B flat, but we're going to go E flat, G, B flat, A flat. So it's a little out of order. So what you can think about is you have this E flat, G from your E flat arpeggio, and then just bring your hands in to those notes, B flat, A flat. Ready, go. Ready, go. Last time. Okay, so then after that, you have your D, B flat up the scale, just like we had on beat 2 of measure 15, but instead of resolving it stepwise motion E flat, we're going to resolve it on F this time, okay? So stay on the bottom, and then we're fortissimo. So thirds up the scale, skip to F. Okay, so all of measure 16. 1, 2, ready, go. Out, in, thirds up the scale, F. Last time. Okay, measure 17, we have thirds again. So we have D, F, and then we're going to go up to A flat and F. So our left hand replaces our right, and then we're doing a third with that A flat. Super easy. Thirds here, thirds here. Last time. And then pretty easy here, we go down from B flat, stepwise motion. Super easy. Okay, and let's go ahead and finish this. We're going to do a double right and go down third and a fifth, which is basically your E flat arpeggio minus the third. You don't have the G. Okay? All on the top. And you can add a little retardando to make it sound like an ending. Super easy. And go right, right, left. Right, right, left. Last time, super easy. Okay, so we're going to do 17, 18 together since that's so easy at the end. Third, third, down the scale end, E flat, B flat, E flat. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, all of line 5, 15 to the end. 1, 2, again, and go. Last time, ready, go. Okay, I'm going to record the intro 1 through 8 at 48, and then I'm going to do it again at 56. And then I'm going to record measure 9 to the end at 48, and then building up to the final tempos 96, 102. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, measure 1 through 8, set A marimba at 56. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, this is the Region 17 North Zone, set A marimba, etude 9 to the end at 48. 1, 2, ready, go. This is the Region 17 North Zone, set A marimba, 9 to the end at 60. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, this is Region 17 Middle School, set A marimba, 9 to the end at 75. Ready, and go, in. All right, this is the Middle School, Region 17, set A marimba, 9 to the end at 96. 2, ready, go. All right, this is the middle school Region 17 North Zone set A9 to the end at 102. 1,